Questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told JC, Nate and Rich that good times are coming, no need for deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch alongs to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South stay flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yo, good evening. Big up. We're back again. It's going to be a busy week on the channel. Trust me, a lot of football this week. But we're here for the Newcastle preview. Carabao Cup, 4th round game tomorrow at St James's Park. Before we get into whether we're bothered or not, JC, how you doing, my guy?
Still injured. My knee's still killing me from when I went flying down a few flights of chairs. But other than that, I'm doing all right. Had to stay behind at work a little bit today to sort out some other stuff, but should be all good now.
Sweet. And listen, it's always a pleasure having this guy on, Mr. Vlogger himself. You know, listen, I won't even say fan of the channel. He's family of the channel. That's how it is. You know what I mean? Like, so much respect for this guy. If you haven't seen his Western vlog, make sure, and especially when Elise scores, absolute scenes and stuff. Tristan 03. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm still recovering. Lost my voice a little bit from screaming like a maniac in the stands. But yeah, man, it was the best moment. Literally to score at the last kick of the game against West Ham and to catch it all on camera as well. And it was just like absolutely brilliant. After what West Ham did to us back in January, man, like I was so pleased to go there and absolutely rub it in their faces afterwards, especially scoring late on. Best away day yet for some time, to be honest. So I've been good, man. That's just put a smile on my face, honest.
Absolutely. But we have a game tomorrow. JC, I guess the big question is, because everyone should be aware, obviously, Vieira's come out and he said, listen, it's a competition we want to compete in. We want to do well in it. We want to win. We're going to be fielding a strong side. What's your thoughts, JC?
I think Vieira is sort of forced to say that because you can't say, we don't think we're going to beat Newcastle anyway, and they're going to be gunning for this competition 100%, and the bigger game is Forest. He can't say that. So obviously he's going to say he's going to field a strong team. But I reckon we'll go up there. We'll probably field a very similar team to what we did against Oxford. Have like John Stone, maybe Mateta, Hughes, to some of the first team players that haven't had lots of minutes, and then wherever there's gaps, plug it for the youth team. That's what I reckon will happen. Honestly, I don't think there's going to be many people going up there as well, because this is the second time going up there in 2 months as well, and it's a midweek game. And let's be fair, most of us go to work, most of us do a 9 to 5 or whatever. We can't make it into Newcastle unless we book a couple of days off work, and I'm pretty sure no one wants to do that for a Carabao Cup game, unfortunately. I think when looking at the Carabao Cup as a competition, it is probably the best chance that Crystal Palace actually have of getting a trophy. However, the one we all want or would rather have is the FA Cup, and I think that's probably where we will look to go slightly further in, because it is later in the season when it starts, and also hopefully later on in the season we'd actually look at ourselves and think, oh, we're actually quite comfortable in the league, so we can actually push for this. We can maybe field a slightly weaker team in the league and put a full team out in the FA Cup. I think that's sort of where I'm looking at the Carabao Cup. I think because it's Newcastle and they are a very good team right now and they're going to be going 100%, I'm not very confident with this match at all. And rightly so. We should be focusing all our efforts on Forest, because if we can get 22 points for Christmas, then that is incredible for us. I don't think that's probably our best start in the Premier League ever.
Hypothetically speaking, Tristan, if
Yeah.
Patrick Vieira was to field a fully strength squad, would you be annoyed by it because of like the first game, or should we just go for both games?
Right. Well, here's what I would do for the Newcastle game. I wouldn't. There are some players such as like Mark Gay, Joachim Anderson, and Wilfred Zaha, who, by the way, if he was to play that game tomorrow and get a yellow card, he missed the Forest game. I wouldn't have Zaha nowhere near that fixture. If he plays against Forest and gets a yellow card or missed the Fulham game, we can deal with that. But we need him for Forest. You know what I mean? Without Zaha on Sunday against West Ham, would we have been walking away with 3 points? Let's be real, probably not. So yeah, he's got to balance the team out a little bit. You know what I mean? He's got to have like a few first team players with a bit of experience and bring and blood through some of the youngsters as well, such as Gordon, Killian Phillips. You know what I mean? Malcolm Abue as well. Get some of them in. You know what I mean? Just go for it. We're not expected to win. Remember, we're up against a real good Newcastle side who haven't lost since the end of August on my birthday, for God's sake. So what's that, like over 2.5 months ago? So this is a Newcastle side that are going to be an absolute threat. They've got some top players. Bruno Guimaraes, who in my opinion is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Botman, the Dutchman they got at the back. Dan Burn, Kieran Trippier, who seems to be rising the points up in my fantasy league for a reason because he's on fire. Callum Wilson as well, always seems to score against us. So this is a good Newcastle team. And when we never do well at St James's Park, I can't remember, the last time we won there was a couple of years ago. So it's not a good hunting ground. It's a late kickoff. I want to really focus on the Premier League and pushing up that table with the games we've got, such as Forest, Fulham after the World Cup. Got to focus on them. This League Cup game is coming at a wrong time. Obviously, let's go for it. Let's go for it with as best as we can with the players we got. The young players and a mix of some of the first team experienced players, such as maybe Ward, Ayew in that starting, I'd say. But yeah, we just literally, I wouldn't I just go there and just play it like we've got nothing to lose, really. You know what I mean? If we get battered 4-0, we get battered 4-0. If we were to lose 3-2, we lose 3-2. If we went there and won, that'd be an amazing result. But I don't want to risk any injuries, and especially if there's a World Cup coming up for certain players as well. So we really got to have that in mind in that as well. Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to come back to that World Cup comment in a minute, actually. For me personally, not that I don't care about tomorrow night,
no, I don't.
But as JC and yourself were saying, we finished with 22 points before Christmas and before the January transfer window, which is going to be our biggest window.
Yeah, we need to spend. Definitely.
If we can strengthen, knowing that we're somewhere in the top 10, which is mad, we're 4 points off fifth.
Yeah, with the start, especially as well. You wouldn't have thought that.
Season with fixtures as well.
I'll put it this way: we are level points with Liverpool still.
No.
That is crazy.
It's an incredible start to the season. Now, don't get me wrong, we've all had our frustrations. Everton away, frustrated. Leicester away, frustrated. But I think we kind of balanced it out with like the Liverpool way, like no one was expecting anything there and such. We were very unfortunate against Chelsea. Brent and City as well. Brentford should have held on. We easily could have had an extra 6 points.
Yeah,
which is crazy. So I know we can get like hysterical. Oh my gosh, it's turmoil. But I think against Everton, after Everton game, some people would like say we're going to get relegated. Like, relax. Our form actually has been incredible. Now Newcastle's form, my goodness, unreal.
Rich,
and
I'll say this.
I'll
say this. I reckon I generally think if you were to say to me the three teams that are going to challenge for the title of the season is going to be Arsenal, Man City, and Newcastle. The way they're playing, they're consistent in that as well, and they're getting results and they're grinding out results in that as well. Like Arsenal and Newcastle especially. So that this Newcastle side, they don't mess about and they take their chances when needed, and they got the quality to finish teams off. I mean, look at the way they obliterated Southampton, Villa, Brentford. They went to Tottenham and won. They could have easily won that by more than 2 goals. You know what I mean? At Spurs. So I mean, it's going to be a big challenge, But we need to really sort of go there, not expecting anything. We're massive underdogs, and we just got to focus on the Forest game because Newcastle and West Ham. West Ham, they were they were useless. I mean, they were terrible,
bad, weren't they?
Awful, absolutely awful. I mean, some of the players, Declan Rice, were not a threat at all. He was so ordinary. You look at Newcastle's players compared to the West Ham players. It's a different level. Do you know what I mean? Palace fans need to realise we won on Sunday. Let's not get over our heads and start thinking we're brilliant, we're bigger. You know, we just need to sort of like, you know, go into the amount of games we have one at a time, take it as it comes, and manage it in the right way. If we don't win it, we don't win it. You know what I mean? But you know, we just need to focus on the Forest game. Like I said, that's my main priority for this week.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm putting Newcastle's rise on one man's head. And what the hell was Jack Grealish doing, man? You've created a monster.
Oh yeah,
you have created a monster.
I forgot about him. You know, I forgot about Almiron. Now that you've said that,
He created a monster, man. Man would only ever score a banger against us, and guess what? He's doing it against everyone now. It's not just us anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Like you mentioned the World Cup, Tristan. So we'll come to you first, JC. To me, from the blind eye, it looked like some of the West Ham players were like, I don't know if I'm looking to be getting injured. Like Paqueta, I know he's just come back from injury, but he was like, World Cup season's coming around.
Is he even in the squad though?
I think he is. Yeah,
for Brazil. Yeah, I believe he
is. He got called up. Yeah.
Well,
do you think that's going to play in players' minds? Not only say, I know some teams are playing tonight and tomorrow night, but even Saturday and Sunday.
I think that's a great question, because I don't know if you guys saw it, but Bruno Guimaraes got his first call up to the Brazilian squad, and he looked very emotional about it. So it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't play 100% just so he doesn't get injured in this game.
You're not wrong, actually. Yeah, I'll say
that. I think that's something I never even thought about. Pope probably going with England as well. Botman's probably going. Trippier is definitely going. I don't care what anyone says. He's going.
He
has to. There's no right backs.
I reckon they'll play him left back though. That's the thing. That's what I reckon.
Yeah, I'll say this year. Would you take Callum Wilson to the World Cup?
I'll take Callum Wilson.
Is he injured though?
I don't think. No,
not right now.
No, he's not.
He's fit right now.
So he's back fit. Okay, because he missed the. Did he come off against Southampton or something?
I think he came on as a sub. I think he did. I'm not sure. I was at the Palace game, so I wasn't really sure. I don't think he's that injured or anything. So,
but yeah, there's a few players in that Newcastle team which are going to the World Cup, and as all international players should be, they are the best players in that team right now. So it wouldn't surprise me if they lay off the gas a bit. However, if we're thinking pretty confidently that we're not going to put our first 11 out, if they do and they play hot and they play like 75%, they'll still smoke us, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if we field a full first 11 team and properly go for it, if they're playing at 75%, we've got all the chance in the world at winning. But as Tristan said, we need Zaha for Forest.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. And 100%. And obviously, like that Forest game, a lot of people say, "Oh my gosh, the bottom of the league." No, listen, their home form ain't actually that bad.
No.
They may not get the results, but their performances are so much better than
they got a good spirit as well. I mean, they came back against Brentford in the last match with a late goal. You know what I mean? The fans get behind them. That crowd, man. If you think Goodison was bad, Forest, they drive that team on. They're making noise. And the players, the Palace players, when they go to Saturday, need to not be intimidated. You know what I mean? Newcastle as well is another place. Because I tend to find with our away from recently, it's a really nervous and naive and weak because of the intimidation of the crowd and mentally gets into the Palace players' heads. That's why we've been losing. That's why we didn't win at Everton. That's why we didn't get anything at Anfield and Man City, for example, this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think also for the fact of the Forest game, Forest have got players that we were linked with and we tried to buy ex-players. So that is just tainted for them to score. Like, mate, it wouldn't surprise me if Kiarte's only goal is against us. It wouldn't surprise me if Morgan Gibbs-White scores against us.
Don't say that, Jordan. Oh, God.
Like that's how I'm thinking right now, because it's just written in the stars, because it always happens. Ex-player or player that we was gonna buy. Like, look, Ben Rama done it. he was shushing us. He was wearing our training top.
Yeah, he was.
He was twerking for us a couple of years ago. Now look at him. Behave yourself.
This is it. Tristan, we're going to leave you to pick the starting 11. And this is not what
Right.
Vieira may do. This is what
Yeah.
you would want for tomorrow's game. Now, disclaimer, people, there may be players that they don't recognize this website. Just put it out there.
Oh yeah, it's not looking good already. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Every time.
So, who would you start in goal?
Bro, on goal, I'm going to start with Sam Johnson. He needs a game. He's basically our cup goalkeeper. We need guy for the weekend. Can't really risk any injuries with our first team players. He didn't do that bad against Oxford either when he's pretty comfortable in that. Just give him the run out, just give him some game time and get his fitness back up, especially. So yeah, Johnson's got to start 100%. Yeah. Left back. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nathan Ferguson. He is fully fit, of course. I remember he played 45 minutes for one of the youth teams over a week ago in that.
Yeah, against Arsenal.
Let's give him a run out in that, Let's just players that haven't played regularly, I want to give them a chance. It's just like, we're not expected to win, like I said, and we need these players to get their confidence back up, and especially playing on a big level and that, this would be the perfect opportunity to them. Right, centre back. The first centre back, I'm going to go with James Tompkins. Yeah, I think he hasn't played regularly, but he'll need a game under his belt. Especially if we get any injuries at Forest, he may have to come on. Well, he will have to come on, I should say. Alongside him, well, we're kind of limited with other centre halves. You got Richards out injured, so I'm gonna go with Mark Gay. I don't think Anderson will play because I think Vieira knows he's going to be needed for the Denmark World Cup squad and that, so he's going to probably most likely play Mark Gay. And a right back, Joel Ward. I think it'll be between him or maybe Luca. For captain, we'll have to wait and see, but I definitely think he'll start Ward. CDM on the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Will Hughes. About time he gets a few minutes under his belt and that as well. I was disappointed he wasn't starting on Saturday alongside the Kure, but we didn't. I mean, we still won at the end of the day, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, it would be nice to see him play tomorrow. And yeah,
to be fair to Sloppy, actually had a good game.
No, yeah, he did. Honestly. So hopefully, yeah, I mean, listen, we just need to keep that midfield all tight. The more players we have that just aren't as defensive minded as like the likes of the Kure and Will Hughes, obviously because they're CDMs, Newcastle exposures. So alongside him, I'm going to go with Luka Milivojevic, and I generally think it'll be between, like I said, it'll be between him and Ward, whoever will be the captain for tomorrow night's game. We need a bit of depth in the midfield and a bit of strength and making it all compact and that. So yeah, I think Luka's not been playing that bad either. He played well against Southampton and he came on against West Ham and actually didn't really lay a foot wrong, apart from maybe a couple small times in that. In Cam, I'm going to start Eze. I don't think he's going to be going to the World Cup. Let's be honest, and he's the only Cam we got, so we might as well give him a shot. Why not? And yeah, I mean, the way he's playing right now, I mean, I could easily see him getting a goal there, and he'll be our main playmaker. On the left-hand side, though, I'll be honest, I don't want to play Wilf. This might shock a few people, but I'm thinking of playing Jordan Ayew on the left. He can hold that ball up so well. He draws a lot of players in, and he can really play. He can play the number 8 role as a striker, right winger, and a left winger in that as well. So give him a chance there. Why not? On the right, Malcolm Abue. He's got to start. He's got to get a game. He's got to take this opportunity. I don't know why he's not been coming on as more often. He's only made a couple appearances as a sub in the Prem this season. So I definitely start him. And up front, John Philip Mateta. He probably should have started against West Ham. There were times in the West Ham game as well when we were lacking the centre forwards, when we were trying to lob the balls in the box. I noticed as well, when we were taking corners at West Ham, we kept on doing short corners. We needed Mateta in there. If he was on that pitch against West Ham, we'd have been more confident lobbing the balls into the box properly rather than doing the short corner thing and that. But yeah, Mateta, listen, he needs some games, he needs some minutes, and he needs some goals. Hopefully, if he gets the service tomorrow, one decent ball in, and hopefully you would expect a player of his caliber and the size of him and the quality that he has of heading the ball and net to score. So yeah, that's my starting 11 for tomorrow's game. So let me know what you're not thinking that as well. Yeah, I rate it personally, but yeah, it's a good lineup. Yeah,
I think it depends. Rich, do you think Ayew's gonna go?
I would hope so, because for my 11, the only actual change I'd make is I'll take out Eze and I'll put in Gyro and just have a flat 3 midfield.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't played that much, Gyro. He's made a few substitution appearances. I think he's a very good player. He's quite underrated. This would be, you could always.
And he has scored a banger against Newcastle as well, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean,
so that would be my only change from this, but I think you're pretty much spot on there, Tristan.
Yeah. I probably would have. I would probably put Wardy at centre back instead of Mark, and then put Caden Rodney at right back because I thought he was pretty. I think he's a very decent. I think he's a very good right back.
Fair enough. Yeah, he played well against Oxford. He's still learning, still developing.
I think the rest of the team is good because I think I agree with you. Eze ain't going. But I think that the bench should definitely include Teo. It should have Kamani Gordon as well.
Yeah, I would like to
at least.
Killian Phillips on the bench.
Yeah,
Phillips. Yeah, Klein as well, probably.
Probably Whitworth as well.
Definitely.
And then the rest of it can just be like the Gyros and
Butland.
Yeah.
He hasn't played.
I reckon that's a pretty spot on 11.
Yeah.
I reckon Malcolm and Eze will have a field day together. I reckon it'll sort of be like kind of like how he's got the same link up with Wilf. I reckon it'll be the same kind of vibes but on the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that combination. If they did start in this exact same lineup for tomorrow and that, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Pretty good lineup. Some of the first team players like Anderson, Zaha, the Kure especially.
Oh yeah,
we can't afford to risk any
he needs a rest.
Yeah, he works his arse off in the midfield too much. Honestly, I don't know where he'd be without him. I'll say that to Kure. He's been a brilliant player.
That's a good point. Guys, obviously for those watching when it's uploaded, drop in the comment section your starting 11. Who would you go for? Do you agree? Do you disagree with what we've said? And also thoughts on the game itself as well. Is it important to you or not? Is Forest more important? Just give us your viewpoints. And lastly, score predictions. Make sure you drop that in the comments below as well. Tristan, what's your score prediction?
Right, I'm going to be realistic and I'm going to go for a 3-1 defeat. I think we will get a goal. I think that lineup that I've gone with, and I hope Vieira goes with that sort of exact same lineup. Probably won't be like that, but I want to see a few of the young players through in that. Overall, I think we're just going to really go for it and give it a go. We will be leaky and open and quite open at the back. There'll be a lot of players in that team who haven't really gelled and played with each other as much as they have this season, and that, you know what I mean. So yeah, I think we'll go for it. But Newcastle will just have the better players, the better quality, and they'll have the crowd behind them. And yeah, our away forms like up north and that especially. So yeah, I'll be realistic. It'll be a 3-1 defeat, but I think we'll give it a go. And I don't think it'll be a bad performance overall. I think the players will have heart about it when they're on the pitch.
JC?
I agree with Tristan. I was gonna say 3-1, but because Tristan said 3-1, I'll say we'll lose 4-1 instead. Because we know that when looking at their team, they've got certain players that always score. I know that Almiron's going to score. I know Callum Wilson's going to score. If St. Maximin plays, he always scores. And I'll probably say one from Dan Burn as well, just because he's Brighton. So that's what I'm saying. Not confident at all. But if we lose, it's not the end of the world. We still have another competition, which we are all more interested in. I mean, not interested, invested in.
Yeah. If we invest in January, I think it's
if don't worry, transfer weeklies will cover everyone that's supposedly coming through.
Yeah, for me, I'm trying to be optimistic and I can't do it. I'm really trying to be optimistic. You know what? 2-1 Palace.
All right, I'm
going to try and be the positive one. 2-1 Palace. It's going to be a tough game.
Who do you reckon's going to score the goals then for us?
Mateta Brace.
Fair enough.
Honestly, it's a tough one, but like I said, as long as we don't come up with any injuries, as long as we don't get completely humiliated,
There is that in mind.
And if we do end up
points.
not winning tomorrow, we better get 3 points against Forest. Otherwise, I'm going to be peed off.
No, same, definitely. It'll be like Palace at square one if we lost both of them games. We just didn't get the results we needed. So, it's all or nothing. Say that.
100%. Listen, Tristan, need to give you full screen. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Road to 3K. We just hit 2K over a week ago in that as well. Buzzing. And my West Ham vlog, when we absolutely went there and caused mayhem with the at least a late goal at the last kick of the game, is out now. It's on 3K views and counting. So check it out, my people. And yeah, give it away, Rich or Jordan. So JC.
I haven't done this in a while.
Oh,
It is, and check out the TikTok, is banging still. 40k views.
I'm seeing that.
Have that.
Yo, no, Tristan, you need to do your rap challenge.
My rap challenge. Oh no, what's this? What's this rap challenge now? Go on. What's it?
Wait, should I pull it up? I think I could pull it up.
Oh no.
Go on. I've got a clip here actually. I've got one here.
Cool.
Listen to this, Tris. This was my one.
Let me hear your best bars to this beat. Duets are on.
Yo, it's your boy Rich. Listen, rapping's not my game. It's not what I do. But I'm going to have fun with this. It's the Eagle-Eyed Rap Challenge. Let's go. If you don't know, now you know. With the Eagle-Eyed family, they call me Rich and Ketty, yo. I suppose you best call me Asbula, Keenan, Cahill, Count. I'm big out for Toy Story. You know we are South London proud. We are Palace and Mighty. Jeez! Yo, listen, make sure you subscribe to Eagle-Eyed Football. Peace!
I still can't believe you called me Hasbullah, bruv.
Oh god, I'll do it. I might have to write it. I'll have to sort of like.
Yeah, feel free to write it down.
I'll think about it. I'll see.
And then we'll send you the link for which with the beat on it and just do the duet and stuff. Yeah, no, it's all for a laugh.
Why not? Yeah. I love my music, Yeah.
100%. Guys, just a quick update of what's coming up. Thursday will be the Forest preview and stuff. Tomorrow, possible watch along. No guarantees. It's all going to be dependent on work scheduling and stuff. But Forest preview Thursday, match reaction Saturday evening. Yep, I would say Sunday.
Yeah, I'll probably me and Dan will probably have to do it from the car.
Yeah, I'll be on the way back and I'm going to a party afterwards on the Saturday.
I'm starting to celebrate,
but hopefully.
Then on Sunday, a live sweepstake draw. So basically, listen, we're going to do a World Cup sweepstake. If you want to get involved, drop us a DM on Twitter or Instagram. It's up to you if you want to get involved. Obviously, if we get 32 individuals involved, we'll have one team per player. If it's only 16, then we can dish you out 2 teams per player. Obviously, if you have 20, then it'll just have to be one team and the rest are just left there. Sort of thing. So look out for that. We'll do that sweepstake draw Sunday at some point on Sunday and such. And then obviously it's just next week, Sundays will start the World Cup. So there'll be different content as well on the channel regarding the World Cup and so on and so forth. So lots to get your teeth into on the channel. Tristan, big up to yourself. Pleasure as always, my guy.
Anytime.
JC, it's all love.
Hasbullah out. Up the Palace.
Up the boys.
Go.